Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Miss Universe podcast. Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. In today's podcast, I just tested something new with the Audacity, and it did not went the way I wish it would have. So I had to delete a couple of things, and I'm like, okay, I cannot talk anymore, which is not good. Oh my goodness gracious. So, welcome to our podcast. No idea what we're going to be talking today about, but I'm still thinking about the one that I just recorded, which is the Monday one in social media, and how addictive social media can become in our lives as well. It's a great way to communicate, it's a great way to see things, but you know what? You have to be cautious as well with lies spreading on social media, worse than bushfires. You would assume for a minute, because I really feel at this point in the US, and I'm going to take a stand on this one, and I'm sure some people are going to be offended. That's fine by me. The news outlet are spreading too many lies, swinging. They are not as neutral at all. They are all have their own agendas to spread lies. And it's becoming very difficult when you try to get information, what's going on, to get it totally distorted. I'm going to take the example of what happened with President Trump, who had somebody trying to take him out, quote unquote, and missed. Thanks the universe on this one, seriously. That would have been a different story, deciding to use people, and it's enough when they did with President Bush throwing shoes at him. But it was very interesting to see the outlet, and I was on YouTube actually. That really, there was one YouTube that really interested me, that really shows what the outlet said. Some said he just fainted, some he fell down, some he did this, but they never said it was an attempt on his life, which was the case. Plus, later on, saw some lies about the FBI said it wasn't an attempt. So, seeing all of those lies spreading and how many people are drinking the Kool-Aid is alarming to me, because it has nothing to do with politics. What I'm talking about is misinformation, distorted information by a reputable outlet, CNN, CNBC. Everybody is talking, except they're not telling the truth. That I'm questioning the integrity. I like the BBC. One thing that I liked with the BBC is that I was the only outlet that will say what they got to say without distorting the truth. It's quite alarming when the outlet and all of them, their news, are not saying the truth. Try to play down the situation to the point it was a conspiracy to start with. I'm like, really? Oh, and he was from that party. So, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get the facts straight. The news outlet should bring the facts. What are the facts? Somebody was able to get in, go on a roof, and did this, an attempt. Okay? Those are the facts. But we don't get the facts. Now everybody is playing games on, we're going to take the director of the FBI and we're going to crucify that person. There is always the scapegoat. But is it really the right scapegoat? Who knows? Because it's so twisted everywhere. Who knows? My only concern is that the truth doesn't spread out anymore. We're not talking truth. We're talking twisted. truth. And you got millions of people who rely on those outlets, on those TV news, on everything. It becomes a show, a S dot 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 S show. But the truth doesn't come out when people are saying things. And it's very questionable because everything feels like it's a boat of lies. And I've seen it on TikTok with some ridiculous things. It's everywhere else. It's not only TikTok. I'm not targeting TikTok personally, but I saw it there when the lies were spreading. And I'm like, really? Then on YouTube, as I said, whomever did that, I should have got the name, but that was very interesting. It took all of the news, measured news outlets. And I'm like, wow, fantastic. What is CNN said? What is CNBC, ABC? What did they say? Everybody put their own twist and fake news. So how do we rely on the truth when we're trying? That's one of the reasons I don't watch much the news, because there is so much inaccuracy there, and some people firmly believe in those. It's very it's alarming, extremely alarming. And this is one example. The truth. Bring the truth. Stop to make it your own sauce. Bring the facts. The facts. That's maybe my analyst side of me. You bring me the fact. What are the facts? I don't want the emotion. I don't care if you like that person or not. It doesn't matter if you're from that party. Whatever your intentions are, doesn't match the truth. Truth will prevail sooner or later, and it did actually. But stop to make people drink the Kool-Aid. And I talked about it. I talked about it on Sunday because one of the it was kind of a surprise for me, but surprise was being a surprise. Shannon Doherty, who's an actress, passed away from cancer. She battled cancer close to 10 years. Beautiful person. Really love her because she had integrity. But the question I have is, okay, you bunch of people from the news, those people who are sitting on those board of directors of news, where is your integrity, people? Where is it? Because there is no integrity anymore in reporting news. And that's the sad part of it, because it's impacting everybody around. Oh yeah, they can sleep well, but the truth is not there. Like that was what the X-File, the truth is out there. Well, it's not here anymore. So the question I have is, where is the truth? Where is the integrity? So for people who don't know who Shannon Doherty was, she was an actress, 90210. She was in a little house in a prairie, and Charmed. Very good actress. Had a bad reputation for a while because she had integrity. Allegedly difficult to work with. No, when you have integrity, this is what it's amazing. And it is professionally or personally. When you set boundaries, and you're somebody of integrity, you're a difficult person to work with. Well, yes, because you're not pliable. You're not a game. You want to be successful in Hollywood or anywhere else, you have to play the game. You have to, and I'm going to be polite, shine somebody else's shoes. Sorry, it doesn't work this way. Never work with me. Like I said on my TikTok, that's probably why I wasn't popular in corporate, because I never work with the agendas of others. If it wasn't for the best interest of the company, I wasn't gonna do it. That was that simple. And people don't like it because they wanted to climb the corporate ladder faster by using shortcuts and crap. And they wanted their agenda. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to flip-flop this way. I don't care. I am interested of this. So if you don't have integrity, I don't want to have anything to do with you, because I don't have time for this game. But the news and what I see, where is the integrity? Where is your integrity? Exactly, Makakaoi. Even Mac agree with me. Howling at the moon and say, I want integrity too. So I'm asking question for every single one of you guys who are listening. Where is your integrity? Do you believe everything that the news are saying? because for me, this was really revealing of how much out there those guys are and how much lies there has been distilled into those mainstream news. And again, it has nothing to do with political what I'm talking about. It's give us the truth. Because if they lie about this, what else are they lying to people? Bring them into fear. That's why, again, I don't read the news because I know 90% of it is not true. And I don't have the time to decipher which one is correct. I would rather watch BBC England over there and they're gonna give me what I need than listening the news here, which is sad in one way, but they make it like a show and they have the expert and the camping over there. I've seen it firsthand for the news and how despicable I felt the night my condo burned down. And you got those vultures with their camera taking it because, oh my God, that's the news around that. Maybe I'm going to be in the Pulitzer. Maybe I'm going to be the winner of the Peace Prize. Who knows? But it is disturbing. So when you're looking at, because even in our news, to tell you the truth, they say, oh yeah, the Red Cross took care of everybody. Liars, liars, pants on fire. The Red Cross never took care of me. Oh yeah, they give me $300 and say, well, you go figure it out. Where they were supposed to find shelters. There was somebody, if you did not follow me on Instagram and write my blogs, there was somebody that actually, that I did not know who she was, Jerry. God bless her heart, because she was my angel. Lived on where I lived, approached me, we talked about it, and I had no place. I just had the car. I'm like, I don't give a freak. I'm sleeping in my car with my dogs. Who knows? Who cares? You know, I had nowhere to go. I'm like, I have nobody here, so yeah, pretty much by myself. But in the news, oh, everybody's taken care of. No, we were not. Absolutely not. I wasn't. There was another couple that wasn't taken care of. They ended up at a hotel and they had to figure out something else too. Did we got the support of the Red Cross? Yes, I got a little Visa card. I think it was Visa, and $300, and that was it. And that was it. Did not get the help we needed. I was able to get somewhere else a week after. I had somebody else covering it for the rest of the week. It was just, I would say, unbelievable. But to listen to the news saying, oh yeah, they're all taken care of, everything is fine. No, it's not. And the people that was supposed to be calling me the next day before noon never did. And that was the Red Cross. So, news? No. Telling false stories? Heck yes. Oh yes, they did. Yep. And they did and they did. And they were there the next day because, oh my God. And it's funny because they interview everybody. But funny enough, they did not interview me, neither others, because I'm the one who called the cops. So I get the firefighters. So I would not end up dead. I would have not called. I would have been dead with my dogs, my neighbor as well, because that was her roof that was on fire on her side. When the noise I was hearing was above my head, so I knew exactly what was going on without knowing it. And I'm like, oh, FML. When I heard the, and I'm like, oh, no. Went back, and this is where I saw the roof on fire, the chimney on fire, then the top of the roof, and like I would have not moved, would have been dead. There would have been casualties. But do you think? No, they want a neighbor who was asleep who had no idea. Well, yeah, the neighbor were asleep. Why would you go in and interview the neighbor? But oh, they got their 15 minutes of fame. It was very funny, actually. Very, very funny. But, and sad in the same time, and upsetting to me, because after that you got the onlookers coming and driving by slowly and said, oh my God, that's the excitement. We want to take pictures. Really? Do you want to take pictures of somebody else's misery? That makes you feel better for the day? Go for it. But the news were wrong. Drink the Kool-Aid. Same thing here. It's happening every single day. And the sad part is it's influencing a lot of people who are listening to it and believing in there. So the question is, where is the integrity? Where is your integrity? Where is everybody else's integrity at the end of the day? We're responsible for our own actions. We all are. But my integrity is like I'm gonna go and like do a CNN or anybody else's and change and twist the truth. No, I'm not. I have no interest on that. What is their agendas except giving lies to others? Where is our integrity? Where are the news? We just want the facts. I don't need a show like they do here. Here is a show. It's like, oh, we're gonna make a big production. It's gonna be a bad weather. The tornado is gonna come and live. It's like it feels like I said that before. It feels like a big production. If there is somebody who's gonna depress and scare the crap out of you, that's what they're looking for. They want entertainment. I don't want entertainment. I just want the facts. What are the facts? Give me the facts. I don't want you to speculate. I don't want your opinion. I don't want your feeling in there. You are here to tell me the facts. What are the facts? It's very simple, isn't it? But somehow over the rainbow, the facts is being twisted. And again, I'm amazed that this happened not only in the news, but this has been a propaganda everywhere. And it's like, no. Even companies will lie to you when things don't go well, but we'll figure it out because there is always somebody who's going to spill the beans. Speak with integrity. Tell the truth, the facts, not the emotion, not your point of view, not your personal agenda, just the facts. That's why I've been successful as a consulting person, is going to companies because I'm not biased. I go there and I see things that can be improved, things that works great, doesn't need to be touched, things that needs to be improved. And I come with the perspective of what can we do to fix things? How can we close the gap? And what doesn't work will pop automatically into me. I will see it. So this is where you realize that, okay, those are the facts. This is this, that works this, and this. Those are the consequences of if we don't care or take care of it. But I'm not going to go and say, oh my God, I do believe, and all my heart. No, my emotions has nothing to do with the facts. That's why I love when I do analyze, when I do analysis, because I can go and do what I call it the deep underground analysis by taking everything I see without an emotion. People were always surprised when I worked in very high stressful environment how I thrive. And I'm talking hot potatoes flying everywhere, everybody running like it's the end of the world. It's like the Armageddon showed up, the earth wide open, and everybody is being engulfed in there, and it's fire from hell, literally. This is how people react. And on numerous occasions, I had people said, how can you do that and stay calm? I said, because I see the facts. I don't need to put my emotion. I don't put my emotion into that situation. By removing my emotion, I can see what can be fixed and how. I can see the doors, not the walls. While you scream with your emotion, you are missing the door and missing the point because you're being blindsided. And I have met very I will say nearly impossible, very difficult deadline, like supposed to be starting a project by Monday or by Friday, everything was supposed to be working, and we're Wednesday, where the 11th hours is going to take a mountain and a Hail Mary to get it moved. And I did, because instead of scream, yell, I removed those emotions, contacted the people, closed the gap, got hit left and right by people who were emotional and say, I know, we'll have a conversation with those guys later on, but right now we need to get this rolling. And they were doing favors to me over favors, thank God, and get things rolling. But you have to remove the emotion. So for me, I'm looking at our integrity. What is your integrity at work? Do you have integrity or not? If you don't, well, good for you. But don't you want integrity a little bit? Because if you have integrity, then you can work in a better environment. My question is, what integrity do we have right now around here? Do we have any? Is anybody has any idea? Because at this point, yes, if you have integrity, people will not like you because you got those integrity. But I'd rather live with integrity than be covered with lies. Because remember, whatever you say, whatever you do will come back to you 10 times fold. which means every time you lie, even at work, I always said when you do something that is not kosher at work or at home, then your mate will make you pay, or somebody else's within your very close circle will betray you one way or the other. You're not going to see it coming. Do you really want to have karma chasing after you and make you pay for every single thing? Because no, thank you. I paid a cuenta, pay, have a nice day, no more again. So the question I have is, do you trust the media? Do you trust the news outlet? Because I don't. Do you trust your company you're working for? Do you or not? What do you trust? What do you see? It's easier to put our head in the sand and not seeing anything because we think we feel better when we're not, than admitting it, we got a problem, something is not functioning the way it's supposed to be, and there is more corruption by the square inches than there is authenticity and truth. And what are we going to do about that? People are being, I would say, the majority of people are being conditioned to it's going to be the end of the world in 15 minutes. People are being conditioned by listening false, we call it the false prophets, meaning people who talk very well, but it's all bollocks and lies. And the question is where do you stand with that? And it happened in corporate too, because I saw some people, every time actually, I made a comment many, many years ago, and it was kind of funny. I said, people who don't know how to work are the best one when it comes down to words. They can take those words and you give them a little bit and they're going to make up a story that's unbelievable. Even you will be surprised and say, how the heck? Because they're used to take from every angles. Now, the question I have is, do you still want to see this integrity in these things happening or not? Or what is your intention in regards of knowing the truth? What is the truth? And how do we get there at any level? So this was our podcast for today. I know I went on to this because it really, integrity is something that I'm fond of. Etiquette, integrity, authenticity. I'll finish with an E at the end, or a Y or an I, either way. But it really defines your characters. And I believe that the more authentic we are, the more integrity we've got, the easier our life is when it comes down to making the right choices in our lives, because we know our intentions are more clear and pure than others who work without integrity. And for me, I've learned at a young age to be authentic, but have integrity into my work and into what I do every day, including in my personal, not only affairs, but personal. So I'm curious to know, how do you see the news reporting? And I take this one was one of the biggest example that I could find about how much fake news is being now spread into those national reputable news agencies. That's the sadness I'm seeing here. And how can we resolve this? How can we bring back integrity and just the facts, not the emotion, the facts? When we're talking about, especially for journalists, when we're talking about facts, it's gathering your facts, making sure this is the truth, and keep that integrity going. Because I don't see any of those outlets at this moment in time, unless you're proving him wrong, that said the truth. Quite sad, especially here. So that's food for the thought for today. All my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.
Where do we go from here?
Emmy's Universe Podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Universe Podcast. Universe Podcast.
Stargazer.